What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, Transformers Studio Series 2026 leaks are already coming in. Freaking 2025 just started, and here we are getting leaks for the year later. What the hell is going on? It seems like every year the leaks just come in sooner and sooner. It's insane. But for these listings here, this is courtesy of a TFW member called Noon. This is not JT Prime 17 anymore. I'm pretty sure he's like retired from the leaking community or whatever you want to call it. So from now on, it seems like a lot of people are going to be filling in his shoes, or trying to, I guess. So this person found 4 different leader class listings. I'm going to read them off and give you guys my thoughts on them as always. So first up here, you have Studio Series Leader Class TF5 Nemesis Prime. Next up, Studio Series Leader Class 86 Astrochain. Studio Series Leader 86 Snarl Package Refresh, not a new mold. Studio Series Leader Class 86 Soundwave. So just keep in mind, guys, that these listings may change. They may go away. They may morph into something else, because this does happen sometimes. You know, figures are canceled. The listings go away randomly. So don't get too hyped yet, but it is a very likely chance that these are coming out. Probably a 90% chance next year you're going to be able to hit pre-order on these online next year. So my thoughts on these 4. So let's talk about Nemesis Prime first. I think this is a decision that I kind of saw coming. I mean, they got to make money off of these molds somehow with repaints at times, and it seems like with Studio Series, they're trying to do a lot more repaints to, I guess, fill in the line, maybe cut costs, or just make more money off these brand new molds that they're making for Studio Series that they basically never repaint, which is kind of weird. If you notice in the Studio Series line, you don't get any like nostalgia movie repaints from the earlier toy lines when they used to do those silly gimmick lines with crazy repaints with characters. You don't get that at all with Studio Series. You see it a ton with regular mainline generations, but I don't know, maybe that's them trying to course correct here and do more of those sort of repaints, or in-universe repaints, like with Nemesis Prime here, which is basically just like a red slash across his face. There's really nothing different. I'd assume they're probably going to make his colors darker overall as well. Darker gray, silver, red, blue, I'd assume. But in the CG model, I don't remember his colors overall being that much darker. He's probably just going to have purple eyes and a red slash across his face. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if they make his overall color scheme on the whole figure darker. Now for Leader Class Astrochain here, I don't think he's going to be a new figure. I think if they did redo him, he would be Commander Class, or maybe even Titan Class sized if they want to go off Cyberverse or certain comic book representations of the character. So I think this is just going to be a repaint of the Siege / Earthrise figure. Going to come with all the same weapons and accessories probably, but he's just going to be repainted to be a bit more animation accurate to what you saw in the 86 movie, which I don't really mind. Again, I'm not really too much of a fan of that mold. I really don't care about getting it. I prefer when Astrochain is much bigger, and I don't know, I just kind of like other iterations of the character that, in my opinion, are a bit more practical, because he's a freaking spaceship and then he transforms and he's the size of like Soundwave. So that was always kind of ridiculous to me. But for those of you who want him, there you go. They're finally doing an 86 Astrochain, presumably repaint. I'm just speculating. I don't know for sure. And then Leader Snarl here, I mean, it's kind of an obvious package refresh. That figure is getting up there in price, and by next year it's probably going to be even more expensive. And especially with them finishing off the Dinobots recently, they definitely want to probably continuously re-release or reissue these Dinobots in the next few years, just to keep them out there, because they know the demand is so high and so many people want these characters. New people getting into the hobby, or people can get them in time when the pre-order is closed or they sold out online. So there's so many scenarios as to why people missed out on these, and Hasbro knows this. They're not going to want to miss out on money on hard-to-find figures, especially in this day and age where Hasbro is making all these changes. They're losing money, and they just want to cater to the collector market at this point. So smart choice there. And lastly here, 86 Soundwave. Now I'm kind of torn on what this could be here. Maybe he's a repaint of the same old Earthrise mold, which would kind of be pretty tiring and boring, especially since we just saw a version of that mold reissued from Siege in the Legacy line. What was that, in 2023, I think, or 2022? I don't know, these years are kind of blending together for me as I get older. But and then you saw the leader class that came out last year, a few months ago, that was packed in with a few of those cassettes, which was basically just an Earthrise re-release, if I remember correctly. So if this is indeed just the Earthrise mold reissued, repacked again, just with new paint, I'm going to be a little pissed at that. That's going to be pretty boring to me, and I'm sure there's going to be a slew of arguments and controversy online within the fandom if that's the case next year, and y'all know me, I'm going to be talking about it if it happens. But for our sake, I really hope this is at least a remold, if it's not 100% a brand new mold. I hope it's a new mold, obviously, because there's a lot of inaccuracies with the one we have. If you want it to be an 86 purely G1 cartoon Sunbow accurate design for Soundwave to go along with Optimus and whatever other 86 figures that we've gotten the last few years, the Earthrise mold just doesn't really cut it. I mean, it's got extra greebling details, extra parts hanging off the figure from the Siege mold that aren't supposed to be there on the Sunbow cartoon design. So overall, I just hope it's more than just a repaint. If it was just a straight up package refresh of the Legacy Leader class that just came out, it would have said PR in parentheses at the end there, like what they did with Snarl. So at least it's not just a straight up package refresh. It's either going to be a repaint of what we already got, or it's going to be a retool, or it's going to be a completely brand new mold. I'm hoping for a brand new mold, but again, who knows? I mean, with how Hasbro's go in the next few years, we honestly have no idea what budget they're getting for these toy lines and how they're going to handle certain things going forward. But some interesting choices here. I don't know if I'm going to be getting any of these per se. I got to see how that Nemesis Prime looks in terms of the repaint, if it's good enough to spend $60 on, when I'm not even really too happy about the Optimus Prime that's coming out in a few months. I've done a couple videos on that. Astrochain, Snarl, Soundwave, I mean, it's cool, but I probably won't be getting any of those either. Maybe Soundwave again if he's a retool or a new mold, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below. How do y'all feel about these leaked Studio Series Leader class listings? Are you getting any of these? Are you hyped for any of them, or are you not? All my social medias are linked down below, including my email if you guys want to hit me up about business inquiries, if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or your regular display shelves in your homes. You could either hit me up on any of my social media accounts, or you could just email me and we could work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!